Well, I'm on my way to the barn. A little earlier start today. You know, it's nice. It's summertime and it's nice to sleep in sometimes, but a lot of work to be done the next 2 days. And it's so different. Yesterday I didn't even get up till, I was tired. I didn't even get up till probably 8:30, 8:45, and by the time I got to Starbucks, it was shortly thereafter. A different... It's so weird. It's a different crowd, right? You get there at 9 and it's people, maybe had a late night, maybe just taking it easy for the day. That's the 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock Starbucks crowd. Apparently the veterinarian starts at the same time I do. He's literally at the lights with me. But the 7 to 8 o'clock crowd, they're the people that are on their way to do something now, right? They're getting their espresso or whatever. They're ready to rock at 7 to 8 in the morning. And it's a different vibe for sure. It's a different vibe for sure. So I had to get up early for a number of reasons. I wanted to get stuff done. Not a lot of stuff to do. Not a lot of stuff to do here at Northfield this morning. Maybe jog Wallop again. Just, I want to get a. Honestly, it might sound stupid, but build a rapport with the horse. To have the horse just relax, because clearly he was getting a little out of sorts, and this will happen with young trotters. I spent the better part of my life being a catch driver in one form or another, and you just want to go out, make money, and come off the track most times. When it comes to young horses, you want to maybe help develop them. But when it comes to a 3-year-old trotter and a maiden, you think that you're just going to jump on and go sometimes. And I've been there, done that, still am sometimes. But when it comes to a horse like Wallop, somebody said, geez, he can be an ornery bugger. Right? We found out what happened the day he was wandering. The V Martingale ring came forward, and when he ducked his head to throw himself, it got hooked on the line, and that's why you saw him weave. It kind of, not a very good feeling, I'm sure, for Hunter, but we had since changed that Martingale, tinkered with his head. And here's the thing, we got Wallop because he has flaws, right? He can get a little hot, he can get a little, but not crazy, not like, we'll use the horses we know as a scale. He's not quite to Crantini. My wife, ooh, that's not a good block. I have to call that back. He's not quite to a Crantini. I'm trying to think of a horse on the bottom end. Doesn't matter. Crantini would be the height of, well, let's say, ignorance sometimes. He's getting over it, but still, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's right there. So Wallop's nothing like that, but he does have his tendencies. He gets anxious, as you can see at the gate. So I'd like him just to relax. We can do a number of things to help him out, and I'm sure he'll be fine on Monday. He's really put a kink into my day on Monday. Now I have to go to Kentucky, race in the Red Mile, and then drive almost 5 hours back to Northfield to drive Wallop at night, which is frustrating, but that's the job. That's the way it is. So I'm going to jog him a little bit today too, and just see if we can just get him chilled out for the entire week, let alone on Monday. Because I think there's a really nice little horse in there. But we just need to get him to relax. And I think we can do that. This isn't a very difficult chore, I don't believe. Now, yesterday we qualified How the Hell and Renegade Gypsy. Both look good. I spoke to Ron Burke briefly. Gypsy is heading to Indiana, and he's going to do so tomorrow. Not only do we got a spot for him, we got a drive for him there. So he's going to show up in Indiana tomorrow in Ron Burke's barn. I just think there are a lot of avenues. Scott Zero. Wow. You too are getting the block. I'll call you back. Not only is it a good starting point from him, fresh start and a big track, but it opens a lot of doors. If Ronnie thinks that he'll do in Yonkers potentially later on in the year, there's a potential for there. Now, you have to understand the dynamic. He has a ton of horses with Weaver Buscemi and a number of other his. Why am I getting beat? Oh, I didn't. And a number of his clients. So first and foremost, he has his horses he has to situate in the fall. So there's always that, but still leaves us with a number of avenues for Gypsy. I was happy with his strength yesterday. You know, a lot of people had asked why we moved the horse, and it had nothing to do with Mario. I think Emily and Mario did a great job getting his foot cleaned up. He was sound yesterday. This horse got off the truck at like 11:30 in the morning, got Lasix, and qualified at 4 o'clock. You know, the horse looked awesome. You couldn't ask him to look any better. Just driving away, that's with an ear hood, earplugs on, you know, just driving away in 56 and 2 on a half-mile track. Easy jog for him, and he was very, very good. But second. Hi!
Good morning.
How you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Good. We'll just drive up to the gate, and I'll see if they'll just let you come in.
Okay, great.
Thanks. So Joel just got beat with Sweeney last night. We'll talk about those horses. Joel showed up this morning to come look at the horses. Maybe bet Sweeney, but needs to get through the gate. See if we can get him in. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, those are clients of ours. Just sign their names?
Yeah. And then are they going to be coming back here a lot? Do you know?
No, they live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. All right, you're good then.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to be in Pennsylvania. Oh, no. Yeah, Pennsylvania and then Columbus tonight.
Oh.
I'm not here tonight. We'll see if we can. I'll try and talk them into it. So, yeah, Joel wanted to see his horses today, so I want to have him come in, have a look around. So, Renegade Gypsy, very, very good yesterday, and I was really happy. You guys know I got a lot of respect for How the Hell, and I really like to see him fit in, and it looked like he got around Northfield Park very, very good yesterday, so that's a good start. Last night, we had some good luck at the track again. Born to Dance, I can't say, I would have beat that horse, but I think I would have beat that horse. Born to Dance, getting better. You know, before you'd be very careful following horses. He'd get on top of them real easy. You saw it with Brett going into the first turn, the other night. But last night, we went a slow second quarter, and I crawled right up in behind. Nick Clegg, and he was perfectly fine. He didn't act up at all. Just acting up here. He didn't act up at all, and he followed very politely. Now, even worse than that, down the backstretch, Nick's horse is all done. There's a horse clearing. There's a horse on the outside of me. That would be the time you might get in trouble with Born to Dance also. Not so. Not yesterday. He was perfect. Nick's horse drifted in the last turn, and he shot through, paced hard right to the wire. That's the Born to Dance that I remember driving 3 starts ago. So a little tricky. Maybe he's just a little more comfortable himself, close to home. But I thought the horse raced very, very good last night. Prince Charmer was awesome. Again, given an opportunity to win the race, horse on the front makes a break, takes over the lead, and knows what to do. Even though he's never done it before in an official capacity, knew exactly what to do for the rest of the way. Held the horse at bay and really kept him on a length and a half away. The horse was very good yesterday. Now, I think Jason and I had a great conversation last night. Now the final to that race goes for $20,000 right here at Northfield. The next Buckeye goes for $20,000 in Urbana. Urbana's a tighter track, and Prince Charmer does touch a knee. Do we want to race some of that flat track, or should we just stay here and race for the money here? Because we're toying with the idea of leaving Gypsy Hill and Irresistible Sun in the Buckeye, and if that's the case, it's going to be really difficult for Prince Charmer to make a dent in the Buckeye program here. There's Prince right there. Two totally different horses in the different situation. So what do we do? Aim for the Buckeye consolation, maybe with Prince. He's still got 2 more legs, I believe. Maybe stay here and race in a race that it looks like he can win. I know Kurt Suggs' horse is a pretty decent horse, but Charmer is handy, and that 1:59, I want to believe, is a starting post for him. not what he can do, but a start of what he might be able to do. And as I say that, I understand that goes both ways. That's also for the Buckeye. So Jason and I will continue to have that conversation this morning. But my 2 cents for right now is leave Prince Charmer right here, race him in the final of this race, and then go race in the Buckeye. Urbana might be a little tight for him, might be a little tough for him. I don't know. I don't know yet, but my gut instinct, my first instinct is to stay right here close to home. We'll see how that plays out today. Then we had Sweeney. I told Joe, I'm not leaving with him, Joel. You know, he's got the 8 hole here. We did have a couple of horses break, a couple of horses off the gate, and the one thing Sweeney's done is turn into an extremely versatile colt. And the important thing about having a colt like that is that I can put pressure on other horses going into the first turn. You think if Kurt Sugg doesn't see me coming from the outside, he doesn't just double his horse up and walk him through the first turn and not make a break? That's the important thing about having tactical speed, is that you can put pressure on horses inside you, and they could make a mistake, especially young trotters. And that's exactly what you saw last night. So Sweeney, you know, I said to Jason, all he needed was a couple of steps. He was just getting in gear. First time ever with earplugs on. We got to the head of lane. I kicked him out. He took it like a professional, zipped through the inside, just got beat. All we needed was another couple of feet, and I think we're heading to the winner's circle. He was very, very good last night. Again, similar situation to Prince, different in the sense that Sweeney doesn't hit himself and does get around the turns really, really well. Does have that tactical speed off the gate. So although I think Prince and him are similar in that regard, if we're going to say, okay, we're going to keep one horse here and race him for 20 next week in that overnight pop-up series that just went last night, I think Prince Charmer's the choice, not Sweeney. But again, we'll see how that plays out today. I watched Cash Deals race good. Tough bunch. That's a tough crew. And it just, listen, she's got 8 wins and 50,000 made. There's no hiding her. There's no, we can hide her here. There's no hiding her. It just is what it is. So, Cash Deals has the Prospect Series is coming up. Pretty happy with the way she's gone now. What you will see, I'm going to let everybody know, because now I'm starting to get a ton of emails about the yearling sales. And listen, here's the rule. I don't want to have any discussion about yearling sales until the yearling catalogs come out. Is that fair? I'm not answering any emails about yearlings. I have a lot of things rattling around in my head right now, but until we have something to sink our teeth into, let's just let it be for now. And as it goes with the horses, we will be moving horses this fall. You guys know that. Austral Hanover, I love the horse to death. But again, that's an overnight racehorse for an overnight stable in the winter. We don't need to race him here because I can't see a place for him at Northfield, at Scioto, at the Meadows. So we're gonna probably sell those horses. Tailgate Buzz, Austral Hanover, Cash Deals. You know, she's gonna be going hot into the Prospect final, but you know, a mare like her with, hopefully she'll have upwards of 10 wins lifetime going into that race. There's not a lot of spots. There's Fancy. I'm Fancy like going out to jog. There's not a lot of spots for a Cash Deals or an Austral Hanover, those horses going into the fall. And you might say, Anthony, well then, what are we doing here? Well, we're racing horses here. We're going to continue to try and find nominals 1, 2, and 3 for the fall and winter to race. Some of them here in-house. Other ones we'll pick up. And we'll look for top-end condition horses that are going to float around. Think of Galaxies. I think you guys are going to be really happy with what you see with Think of Galaxies on Saturday night. You know, the Patrick, the Piranhas, all the horses up and down there. But again, I want everybody to listen very closely and learn from what took place last year. We qualified a horse yesterday called Renegade Gypsy that was very strong in his 3-year-old year, has struggled with the time off, brought him back. Didn't go as we planned with the 4-year-olds. Resolute Bay also. Now those horses, now they're through their 4-year-old season. Now we're going to find out what they can do. But keep in mind, we did hold them over. Is that what we're going to do with horses this year? They're going to have to be those types of horses that can make an impact, and hopefully they can as 4-year-olds. But I want everybody to remember what the 4-year-old season's like for some of these horses. It's no cakewalk. So that's the plan for this year. That's what took place yesterday. Heading over today, got our girl, I Forbid You, looking to keep things going. Stay Close, making a return to the Meadows in his first start back there. Tailgate Buzz is in tough today, looking for a little bit of a pick-me-up from him. And then tonight we got a lot going on with our babies. Purple People Eater, Sedona Hill, Venice Blue Chip race tonight in Columbus. So a lot of driving for me today. And my boy, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Mohawk Brace for Landing is racing tonight also. The start of a very, very busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, likely Monday, Tuesday for me. So with that, I'll let you guys go. It is, as I said, an early start to the morning. I'm feeling good, sharp, ready to go. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.